Hello guys, so today I'm gonna be talking about, you guys know BFDIA Roblox. Well, some games have been one of the best, some games has been one of the worst, but today I'm gonna talk about the best experiences. This will be based off in only 3 categories only. The first one will be how good was the game and how good of a winning streak I had. It means that if my team was in a winning streak for like basically every time. The second is how great I just basically steamrolled to the end. This is a category where basically will be just like empty because I've barely seen this happen, but I know this one has happened. Games that have lasted so long that I'm just gonna say they're great because of that. So starting on the first category, winning streaks. So there was this one BFDIA game where I never got a vote in the whole team phase. And that's all because my team were gods. Literally were gods. They were literally carrying me to the end, but I was also contributing. I'm not even gonna bother to say it because I kind of suck at that. But I'm actually gonna be honest. That game, even though I got eliminated in 5th place, like basically every time, I still enjoyed the game. I liked how my team was basically gods instead of just trash players. Like if you guys comment on this video and tell me, should I do the worst games? Because if this video gets like, I don't know, 10 likes, I'll do a part 2 my worst games. And I already have them in mind, so yeah. So this second game is another one where I basically got no votes for the whole phase of the pre-merge. But this one is more immunity from like the merge. And if you guys know me, I'm no good at reality TV shows based games. I'm basically trash at them. At Soul Survivor, I barely even win any challenges. In Eviction Notice, I can barely even win the HOH. And when I do, it's so rare you barely even see it happen. But this game is special. I actually kind of steamroll. But this is not a 1. It's 2 games. It wasn't because of like immunity ones. Like I've won some immunities, but not that many immunities. This is the game where I basically won twice in a row. I was Bomby in the first game, Coiny in the second, and I was Nickel in the third, but on the third one I came second. Wow, I really steamrolled it. I really did amazing. And I was proud of myself. And the crazier fact, the next day I actually won because I wanted to save gems. And on this account that I'm using this on, or the phone I'm recording this, for some reason nowadays BFDIA just barely works. And the games I actually got to play were short-lived because of crashing. And well, that's it. We're closing off that category. And I'm just gonna say like a little resume about it. The first game I actually did a really great winning streak, and so was the second. I'm just gonna say that. The Coiny one will be safe for like the worst games, even though I didn't really have a bad game in that one. It was just a really scary one. Now we're gonna start off the tier where I basically just steamrolled to the end easily, or almost made it to the end. This one game, I basically just flew like an airplane. And this reminds me of this one game where I played Soul Survivor on one of my alts. And I won even though I barely even did anything. So sad that the 2 times I even remember winning are games I basically just floated. I was a floater. You can consider me the biggest floater ever because every time I even play a game, I just gotta stay under the radar so much just to not get evicted or eliminated. So yeah, the only bad thing I can find about these ones is that I didn't barely even won these. The first game was basically one where I basically stayed invisible for the whole time, and that was nice as per usual, which is actually a really good strategy if you're trying to get far, because being nice equals guaranteed spot in the final 4. Yeah, baby, or in the final 6, which is less than 4, but yeah, or which is worse than the 4th. And getting 4th, but yeah, baby, at least we made it to the final 6. And that game I feel like I got 2nd or 3rd. The last game I'm gonna talk about, this last game was a really weird one. I made it to the final 5, even though it was nice. Weird. I'm actually thinking that being under the radar can just come back as a 5th place curse, which probably could work. I could probably play a little more BFDIA and understand which team safeties are cursed, which immunity wins from individual are not cursed or cursed. And I might do a video on them. But for now, that's it for this category. The last category is games where I basically... Oh my god, I forgot. Oh yeah, these are games where I basically won with and I'm just gonna rename it, where I won in an iconic fashion. And this one only has 1 because I barely even remember others. I remember this one game where I was in danger for most of the time, but I got to the end. And this is basically the other one, but more explained. The one where I said with Coiny, huh? I was basically in danger for most of the game. And this will be a little more helpful when I do the video of the worst cases where I played BFDIA and backfired, basically. But this one was actually made me happy because it teach me one lesson. Never give up. Never back down and never what? Never give up. Never back down, never give up. Anyways, this is over. This video is over. If I get even 10 likes, I'll just upload part 2. And if you excuse me, I'll play some BFDIA now. See ya.